Good evening, everybody, and welcome to a very important briefing on Friday's significant severe weather threat. So, the Storm Prediction Center is maintaining an enhanced risk of severe weather across a very large area Friday, including most of Arkansas, Missouri, central and southeastern Iowa, much of Illinois, western Kentucky, central western Tennessee, northern Mississippi, northwestern Alabama in the orange for Friday. We have a large slight risk of severe weather extending into the Tennessee and western Ohio Valley as well in the yellow and a marginal risk in the dark green. And looking at probabilities for severe weather within 25 miles of a location for a Friday, this is looking very concerning as we have a very large 30% chance of severe weather within 25 miles of a location Friday across this huge red area. And this area is hatched. And this means that these storms are going to be having the potential to produce significant severe weather. And this is going to be tornadoes of EF2 or stronger in magnitude, damaging straight line winds of 75 miles per hour or stronger, and large hail of 2 inches in diameter or larger are all going to be possible in this red hatched area on Friday. So if you're in this red hatched area, including Des Moines, Iowa, Peoria, Illinois, Springfield, Illinois, Hannibal, Illinois, Jefferson City, Missouri, Springfield, Missouri, St. Louis, Missouri, Evansville, Indiana, Nashville, Tennessee, Jackson, Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee, and Little Rock, Arkansas, and Greenville, Mississippi, you need to be paying very close attention to the weather as we have the potential to see a very dangerous large-scale tornado outbreak on Friday. We have a 15% severe weather risk in the yellow and a 5% severe weather risk in the brown for Friday. Now let's get into the models. So we're going to be looking at something called the significant tornado parameter to get an idea of just how dangerous Friday's severe weather event could be. So this is a composite of all the ingredients in the atmosphere. So this accounts for wind shear, this accounts for the moisture and the instability, and combines it into a parameter. So serious values for tornado parameters that we don't want to see are going to be values 3 and higher. And once we get into the 5 to 7 range, this is when the atmosphere is primed for significant tornadoes. And if we go above 7, this means that the atmospheric conditions are favorable for large to violent tornadoes over a large area. So as early as Friday morning around 7 a.m., we have high tornado parameter values across Oklahoma and Kansas between 4 and 6. Now, before you start getting too worried, I'm just going to let you know right now that I don't expect storms in these areas Friday morning. But as we go into around 10, 11 a.m. Central Daylight Time Friday morning, we're going to be seeing these high values of significant tornado parameter move into eastern Kansas, Oklahoma, western Missouri, and then around noon, when I do expect storms to start firing. The significant tornado parameters between 4 and 6 are going to move into western northern Missouri, western Arkansas, and this is signifying an atmospheric environment very favorable for tornadic development by Friday around noon Central Daylight Time. Going into the afternoon, it's going to get even worse. We're going to be seeing a widespread area of significant tornado parameter between 3 and 6, with localized areas of significant tornado parameter reaching as high as 7 to even 8 in areas like northern Missouri and central Arkansas. Going into around 4 o'clock Central Daylight Time on Friday, a localized, very significant tornado threat is likely to set up across northeastern Missouri, southeastern Iowa, western Illinois, south central Missouri, central Arkansas. So 2 areas, a bimodal severe weather threat is going to be likely on a Friday. And as we go into 5 o'clock we might see a convergence between the two modes, the two areas across central Missouri. Significant tornado parameters of 4 to 8. So we're getting into that very dangerous category where the atmosphere is primed for tornadic development as we go into 5 o'clock Friday evening. And as we go into 6 o'clock, things could get very dangerous across areas of southeastern Missouri and northeastern Arkansas, as we're now seeing significant tornado parameters reaching 9 on the scale, and in Iowa, 7 to 8. Going into, this is very, very concerning. We do not want to see this. As we go into 7 p.m., we are seeing significant tornado parameters going over 10 across northeastern Arkansas, and widespread between 7 and 9 across northeast Arkansas and southeastern Missouri. So this is indicating a narrow corridor Saturday evening in this area. It could shift around as we're still 3 days out, but we're going to be seeing an area where we could be seeing violent tornadoes potentially Friday afternoon and evening. And then as we go into 8 o'clock, look at this. Across southeastern Missouri, I found a significant tornado parameter of 12.2 right there. So extremely dangerous tornado threat is going to be likely on Friday. And thankfully, as we go into the overnight, we're going to lose the tornado threat. So 9 o'clock, we'll see the numbers dramatically decrease. So as of right now, looking like we're not going to be seeing that much of a nocturnal tornado threat, thankfully. Now finally, I'm going to be showing you some soundings across the areas to get an idea of just how volatile the atmosphere is expected to be on Friday. So taking a look at our first sounding, the significant tornado parameter of 8.3 across north central Missouri. And apologize, sometimes it takes these a little bit to load. There we go. Across north central Missouri, we got a curved hodograph. We got the PDS tornado signature. And we got service to 1 kilometer storm relative helicity values of 253, which is more than enough for tornadic development. This is getting into the area where we could be seeing strong tornadoes. Service to 6 kilometer shear. I want you to pay very close attention to this. This value is near 100. This is about 3 times what we need for supercells. Extreme wind shear is going to be in place across northern Missouri with this event. Looking at another sounding, we're going to be going a little bit later. Let's go towards Little Rock, Arkansas. Significant tornado parameter of 7.9 near Little Rock, Arkansas, Wednesday afternoon. Look at this giant curved hodograph. We do not want to see this. There's a giant curved hodograph indicating lots of directional shear in the atmosphere across Little Rock, Arkansas. We have the PDS tornado signature. We have storm relative helicity of 427. And this is starting to get into the very dangerous territory of storm relative helicity. We get values above 400. We're looking at the potential for a violent EF3 or stronger tornadoes. And wind shear, 82, very strong wind shear. And then looking at another sounding, as we go into the later evening, I'm going to be showing you the soundings of the 2 points that are above the maximum tornado parameter. So let's take a look at this significant tornado parameter of 10.4 across northeastern Arkansas. Friday evening. Look at this humongous hodograph. Very large, very curved hodograph. Got the PDS tornado signature. We got service to 1 kilometer, storm relative helicity over 400 again. Service to 6 kilometer wind shears at 93. Very dangerous tornado setup for northeastern Arkansas and southeastern Missouri Friday evening. And then we're going to be taking a look at one final sounding across southeastern Missouri. See if I can find, there we go, the 12.2. See what that looks like on the sounding, and look at the size of that hodograph. Extremely large curved hodograph, indicating tons of directional wind shear across southeastern Missouri. Once again, the PDS tornado is the hazard type. And looking at the storm, or the service to 1 kilometer storm relative helicity value, this is near 600. This is absolutely insane value of wind shear, of directional wind shear. And then even the speed shear is at 50 knots. This is service to 1 kilometer. Looking at the service to 6 kilometer wind shear is over 103 knots. So extreme values all over the place for wind shear across Missouri, Arkansas, and Iowa in particular. So if you live anywhere in this orange area, this enhanced risk, you need to be preparing now for a widespread tornado outbreak on Friday. But especially if you live, I would say, in central northern Arkansas, central southeastern Missouri, central western Illinois, central southeastern Iowa. You need to be paying very close attention to the weather for Friday, as we have the potential to see an extremely dangerous large-scale tornado outbreak. And further east in areas like Tennessee, Kentucky, it'll likely be a damaging wind event, as we'll likely see the storms linearize by that point. But still, if you live anywhere in this orange, even yellow area, please pay very close attention to the weather over the next few days for any changes, as this is looking like a very significant tornado outbreak. Thanks for watching this evening's severe weather update. Stay safe and have a wonderful evening, my friends.